Okay guys, you're back here with Cub Dibber 444. I just thought maybe I would show you how I set up my AR-15 rifle. So, starting at the back here, we have a Magpul ACS. I think I spent about right around 90 bucks for that. And then it also came with this QD mount here. Moving up on the gun, we have a Magpul MOE K Plus grip, very rubberized, has a nice texture to it, and it also has storage underneath. I got some batteries in there right now. We also have a Magpul MS3, well actually this is an MS1 sling, if you can see that there. So that's an MS1, and we adapted on a MS3 with a QD mount that goes right here. Replace the buffer plate, and then it also includes a pair clip down here. That's very nice and handy for when I want to change from a 1-point and go to a 2-point. So the QD would go back here on the stock, and the pair clip would move up here to the original sling spot. Clips in there real nice. Moving on, we also have a Badger tack latch. It's very nice. And we have a Magpul Pro rear sight. It's fully adjustable, 1-inch elevation. We have the Nikon PT23 rifle scope. It was specifically designed to be used with AR platform rifles, and the turrets are actually fully adjustable. I'm not really sure on the MOA on it, but it has drop down reticles. If you can see through, see if I can get that to focus in there. Well, I'm not going to get it to focus today, but anyways, it has drop down reticles. It's capable of 600 yards. I've shot prairie dogs up to 400 with this specific rifle. It works out great. I'm a big fan of it. I got this to PX Fort Sill for a pretty good price. And that, we have Magpul Bad lever. It's a battery assist lever. And what this does, for anybody who's not familiar with them, I'm going to pop the bipod up a little bit more so it rests itself. But those of you who are not familiar with it, I'm just going to drop the mag and do that. Anyways, for those of you who are not familiar with it, what it would do is, let's say when you're on your last round, the bolt holds open like so. Anyways, what you can do is I can keep my hand on the fire control group, my dominant hand on the fire control group, and have this hand here to grab a mag. And I pop that in, pop your mag in, and then all you have to do with your battery assist lever, I will show you as it works, but you have your battery assist lever here, you drop the bolt, it sends it around home. Moving on with the rifle, I've also included this is a Magpul enhanced trigger guard. I found that with the original one that I got with this Air Precision lower, that it was straight and it was very sharp on the edges. So I went down to my local Cabela's and picked a new one up. This Magpul trigger guard here worked out great. It doesn't bother me anymore, and it's actually very sturdy for being made of plastic. Moving on with the rifle, up in here we have nickel boron bolt carrier group. You can see that's obviously dirty. I don't clean this thing that much. But anyways, A great bolt carrier group. I spent like 140 bucks on that. What nickel boron is great for is if you don't plan on like cleaning the gun much, and you want it to be a very durable rifle and something you can just take out and spend a good day on the range, or if you're going to be out backpacking or out in the bush, you can take it. You really don't have to clean your rifle much because it uses the nickel boron coating is known for holding high lubricity, so it means that the lubricant sticks to the coating, and it keeps everything nice and lubed up. I mean, I haven't lubed this thing in probably a good month or two, and if I pop this off, you can see that there's still WD-40 inside the action of the gun. But anyways, moving on, you have a Magpul MOE rifle length handguard here. Picked this up to Cabela's for 25 bucks, I think, in Bargain Cave. It was a hell of a deal, and that it's a lot better than the one you get from the factory. On any, I recommend if you're wanting to do a budget build, or not even a budget build, if you want to kind of go up the chain on having some good quality parts, I would definitely recommend going with Magpul. I like the look of them. They have good. They're very durable. I do like that about them. It has a good grip to it. It doesn't have that awkward, just circular feel. You can really get your hand on there. We have a MFT React foregrip. That was like 15 bucks at Walmart. 10-15 bucks, something like that. We also have a bipod on there. Not sure if that's a Champion or Blackhawk. It's one of the two. This, in fact, is a Blackhawk Picatinny 2 swivel stud adapter. This is a Delton upper, 20-inch government upper, heavy barrel, of course. 5.56 chambering, 1-9 twist, and that. And then up on the front of the gun, we have a Ruger muzzle brake on there, flash hider, what have you. So yes, some of the things I'm actually looking to do with this rifle is possibly go and change this to a free float using a Battle Rifle Company handguard. I checked them out. I was down in Texas last week, and I was just looking around at some gun shops, and I found Battle Rifle Company, and went in and looked at some of the products they offered, and I was very impressed with their forends. There's some handguards on their rifles that they make. They have those made by Odin Works. They're very lightweight, very durable. So yeah, definitely go check out Battle Rifle Company. The other things I was wanting to do with this rifle, possibly put in a Geisley trigger, and that. And then the other things would be putting on a Magpul Pro front. So replacing the A2, putting on a low pro gas block, because you could not put on a free float barrel or a free float handguard with that front sight. And I'm just kind of looking for something a little bit more lightweight, because I mean, I'll be honest with you, this is a heavy fucking gun. It really doesn't seem like much like me just picking it up right there, but it gets heavy. And of course I use Magpul P-Mags with it, 30 round magazine. I believe these are Gen 2s. Great magazines, very durable. Of course these don't really get used and abused a whole lot. I just want to put this video out there for anybody who's looking at building an AR-15 rifle, to give you an idea of what you would want. Some people sometimes ask me why I went with a 20-inch instead of a 16-inch barrel. Now, I didn't really build this rifle in the mind that it was going to be like a 100 to 200, 300 yard rifle. Building the idea that if I need to take shots out to like 600, I can, so like for prairie dogs or coyotes, it works out real well. And that, but some of the other reasons I like the 20-inch barrel was with a 16, when your bullet comes from about right here, so your star chamber's right in there, and the casing goes up to about there. So your bullet's right about there. So it spins 9 times for, or it spins one time for every 9 inches. So it stays very stable with a 55 grain. There isn't really a whole lot of rounds you can use with a 1-9 twist. 1-8 probably would have been better, but I was going with what I could get at the time. Anyways, with a 20-inch, it gives it more time to speed up before it goes out the end of the barrel. And more speed is great because it gives a harder hit. It goes through a lot faster with a lot more force and a lot more energy. And that, it's a little bit different than, say, a 300 blackout, where you would have something slow and heavy. Something slow and heavy gives a lot of shock. So it's good for, like, if you're out deer hunting. So the 300 would be great if you're out deer hunting. You really want to give it just a hard hit, and that's where you really get your knockdown power, I guess you would say. But this is, with accurate shot placement, this is more than capable of killing anything in North America. You could probably kill a bear with it if you can accurately hit something. Right in here right now, I got loaded up some green tips, M855 ball. They do pretty good. They don't stabilize nearly as well as a 55 grain. One of the other things, if you're looking at building an AR-15 rifle, is if you plan on shooting 5.56 ammo, do not buy a 2.23 barrel. A 2.23 is essentially the same thing as a 5.56, but the 5.56 is a military round. It is a NATO round, so it is going to come out of there a little bit hotter. It's going to have a lot more pressure inside the barrel, and you could risk barrel life with using a 5.56 and a 2.23 barrel. But I'm not saying it's going to blow up on the first round. I'm just saying there's a chance it could happen with a lot more pressure. So that's why I opted out to use a 5.56 barrel, and because the 5.56, what I do like is it comes out a little bit faster. It comes out around like 200 feet a second faster than the 2.23, so it really gives me that speed, and speed is everything when you're talking about coyotes. And that you want to get the bullet home into the animal as fast as you can, and that it really gives a lot of speed, and it gives a nice puncture. But anyways, going on with it, if you are looking at possibly having, if you want to have the characteristics, the nice thing about a 2.23 is it's a flat shooter. The 5.56 doesn't shoot as flat, but it does come home. It spits out a little bit faster. So you have to weigh in what you want. And right around the time I was ordering this upper, I had heard about a 2.23 Wild. Now it takes both things from the 5.56 and the 2.23, so they both share the same characteristics, and you can run either round depending on what you have. And that these turrets up here are 1 click for every 1/4 inch at 100 yards. This is, again, I said it's set up for 2.23, and that this is assuming you're using something like Hornady VMAX, and that, but I use 5.56 55 grain ball ammo, no problem out of it. It's not that big a deal. And now I'm having focus issues. And then the other reasons I was actually considering the 20-inch over the 16 was I don't like how the 16s are so damn short. I like having a long rifle. I don't see any point in having a rifle that's too damn short and that. But it's not. This is kind of a pain if you're like walking somewhere and you want to keep it at the low ready, because it's very hard to do because it's so long. Now, if you're, say, clearing a room, this would do okay. It wouldn't be nearly as nice as like an M4 variant of the AR-15. But because you can't maneuver around corners as easily, so that's kind of a downside to having a 20-inch. But I really don't see myself using this. I wouldn't want to use a AR-15 for home defense. I'd rather just use a shotgun. Moving on with it, this is a heavy profile barrel. This is essentially an M16 upper. Along with that, nice thing that I like is it gives it more time for the gas to travel. So once the gas reaches up here, there's a hole in the barrel, comes back through, right into about there, and your bolt carrier group sends the gas back, hits that, which drives this back into a buffer tube with a spring here, launches it around forward. And the nice thing about that spring is it takes out a lot of recoil. One of the other things I'm actually possibly considering is converting this to a piston gas instead of gas impingement. So you would have a piston instead that would reload the action. The other nice thing about the 20-inch would be it's going to be a little bit less on recoil. You won't notice as much recoil, but recoil isn't that big of a thing when you're talking about a rifle like this. This is like shooting a 22 to me, because it weighs, I mean, there's probably a good 10-12 pounds of gun right there. I mean, once you have a magazine in there and that. I've noticed with a 16-inch, they're a little bit louder because it really doesn't give the gas time. It all has to do with the gas. So when you don't give the gas enough time to divert back, it really changes the, I guess, how loud it would be. I mean, shooting this is still ungodly loud. I always recommend wearing hearing protection whenever you're using an AR-15 rifle. And but I just want to give you guys out there on YouTube, you know, some sort of an idea of how you would maybe like to set up your rifle. This is just my take on it. Feel free to just comment and give me some ideas. I mean, what you like to do. Maybe a new product that's out there that I would like. But remember to subscribe, comment, and like this video. And that. So I will see you guys in the next video. I'm going to try and keep up with videos and do one every probably 2 to 3 days. So probably twice a week, I would say. And get a video out there, maybe 3 times a week. We're not really sure yet. But just give me suggestions on what you guys want to see coming up, and that. And you guys have a merry day, I guess you'd say. No, fuck that. Nobody wants a merry day. Have a nice day. And that, and remember to thank all the soldiers out there who couldn't be with us over the holidays, and pray for them, and make sure and hope they come back home. We'll see y'all later.